Hey everybody, Shiny Sephiroth here, and I'm coming at you with another video. This one is finishing out the final Detolf on this side of my DC display. I'm very excited to be able to dive into this double Detolf. It's another one just like this one behind me that I cut two Detolfs a little bit and I merged them together into one Detolf. And this one's going to be going over the 90s and the 2000s, as well as some evil Justice League and some other surprises. I'm very excited to go over it with all of you. But first, let's see which toys we'll be adding to the display. Both versions of Blue Beetle from the Gunverse. New 52 Reverse Flash. DC vs. Vampires Nightwing. DC vs. Vampires Superman. DC vs. Vampires Shazam. DC vs. Vampires Damian Wayne. DC vs. Vampires Green Lantern. Elseworld's Finest Batgirl. Arkham Asylum Batman Prestige Armor. Keaton Batman 89 video game version. JLA Task Force Superman. JLA Task Force Batman. JLA Task Force Aquaman. JLA Task Force The Flash. Fleischer Superman. Alan Scott Green Lantern. Platinum Batman Beyond. This is going to be a super exciting video, so let's dive right in. Before we see what all the new updates are, I forgot to mention that we did some updates over here. First of all, how cool is that? I mean, I think this is the first time I've actually highlighted it in a video. Look at that Year 2 Platinum Batman. Looks so awesome. You see we have some holes here. We moved some things around and you'll see in other displays how that has worked. This guy also right here is going to be moved out today and be shown later in the video. And I added the 13th Hour Glider Batman over to here. And I think it looks really cool where he is. We also took out the statue Pattinson Batman. I added him right here. And let's see, what other things do we update over in this part of the display? Yes, the 13th Hour Batman comes with this cool background diorama. So I took it and I put it right here. I just slapped it on right now. It's going to be put on fully later so it looks more even. But I really like how it pops this part of the display out. I'm going to do something similar over to this end when I find a background I like. Also in a previous video, I forgot to record how I replaced the Mattel Toxin Batman that was a Chase variant of its time with this Toxin Batman, which is a Target, or as of April 2025 is a Target exclusive that was decently hard to find, a red platinum. And yeah, I don't know what other full changes I've made. Oh yeah, the Final Suit Batman. I cannot believe I completely forgot to record that the other day. So yeah, here's this edition from the 6th Dimension. Batman gets this armor from the Forger, I believe he's called, the Anti-Monitor's brother. And he tricks him into thinking that he's aligned with the bad guys when he's actually doing all this stuff to save the Justice League, you know, as Batman does. And yeah, I think it's a really cool centerpiece to the little mini armory thing I've done over here. And really helps pop in the entire display. So yeah, the other thing I do need to do is I need to fix up some of these comics. I mean, that one's a little crooked right there. That one, the Joker Detective comic one is leaning a little bit. I'm afraid it's going to fall. And then that one, as well as that one right there, are a little crooked. Yeah, but nah, I'm not too concerned about it, just something I need to tidy up. Anyway, let's get on to the meat of this video. All
right, so the first thing we have here that we're going to show is the Neo-Gothic Batman. Added here to my future state, alternate timeline, alternate future display. And pretty much speaks for itself. Just really happy to have him here and fill out all the versions of Terry McGinnis that we've seen in the comics so far.
Next edition is the Blue Beetle from the DCEU / Gunverse. And the reason I put him here instead of over in like a Gunverse display is because if I recall correctly, he was announced initially still under the banner of the Snyderverse. So, and they released two versions of him. One was the battle mode and the other one was the standard.
So what I did on this one is I put the wings for the battle mode here, and then I also gave him the cannon and the sword from the standard release so that he'd be completely decked out and over here. And yeah, I think it really turned out well. And then the other one is on the other side, and I'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's go ahead and finish out this part of the display that you all have not yet seen. So we see here we have the Flash, and then up there we have his movie his solo movie counterparts, as well as the Keaton Batman from this universe. And then we also have the Nightmare Cyborg, as well as Mira from the Nightmare timeline. And what I did for the Nightmare Cyborg is I got this Power Ranger toy here, and I took out his cloak and I gave it to Cyborg, the Mattel 6-inch Cyborg. And I feel like it turned out perfectly. I mean, you compare here. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's just a dead ringer. So we also have here Aquaman. I switched out the face, the head, and this custom Snyderverse Martian Manhunter. What I did was I painted the arms, and then I redid his torso so that it looked more like the Snyderverse Martian Manhunter seen here. And this is based off of the CW Martian Manhunter. I just that was released from Mattel, and I just went and I changed it. And then the first of the Gunverse, because as of now, this is April 2025, we have not heard that they are going to be taking him out of the Gunverse. So he's technically also the first official Gunverse movie hero that we were told was going to be a part of the lineup. So I added him here so he could be the first of that budding display. All right, now we're seeing the Dark Age display, or the 90s. That'd be late 80s throughout the 90s. And we get these, I don't know, there's a little bit of a new 52 vibe to the 90s, if that makes sense to anybody. You know, just like we finally got a new main Green Lantern in the form of Kyle Rayner. We got a complete redeco makeover for Aquaman. And I don't know, just I got Guy Gardner no longer being a Green Lantern. Just I know the death of Superman, Azrael replacing Batman after he broke his back. Artemis was Wonder Woman for a time, and just a lot of stuff that they were experimenting with in the 90s, and just holds a special place in my heart, just some of these designs. And yeah, I mean, we do have the Ross toy for the Flash that's released here, and it's a good toy and everything, but I would prefer the White Eyes version of the Flash. When I was doing a different part of this display that we're going to talk about here, I now see why some people were really liking a recent Flash figure that came out and how it could be easily custom to fit that mold. But we'll get there in a second. Next, we have the aughts, or the 2000s, based off, and a lot of this is based off of this particular run here. Yeah, so we have the Hush Superman over here from Mafex. We have this Hush Batman here. We have the 52 Wonder Woman, which is era appropriate. This is the costume that Agent Liberty was wearing right before he was murdered by Superwoman, and the mystery behind her. Yeah, so we have these guys over here. And then you see I added some JSA members in the back, because in this time frame, at least from my perspective, the JSA through Jeff Johns was getting a lot of love. And there was actually some mixed membership between the JLA and the JSA that was recently reunited. And I just wanted to highlight the JSA's role here in this updated roster. So yeah, with that, we technically have each of the eras. So we have JSA Golden Age, got the Silver Age, got the Bronze Age, the Dark Age, Modern Age, the New 52, Rebirth, Dawn of DC, and Infinite Frontier. So then we transition to